everybody. I'm Grimneg,
Frieren.
and we're back with another episode of That Aussie Couple. This week is the beginning of hopefully, maybe, possibly the new format we go for, where we break down every individual article into individual videos. So you can just pick and choose what you want to jump to, put us in a playlist or what have you, and
Yeah,
go.
because people don't really want to listen to us rambling on for non-stop for 45 minutes or whatever.
But rambling on for like 5-10 minutes, that's fine.
Yeah, gives me a chance to punch you if I need to in between episodes.
Oh no, spousal abuse. Oh.
Eh.
This episode, we're talking about new information from the James Webb Space Telescope from our friends over at space.com. James Webb Space Telescope, here's the headline, finds coldest exoplanet ever seen, and it orbits a dead star.
Ooh.
It's a rare opportunity to place our own solar system in a broader galactic context. All these James Webb Space Telescope news is like random bits of space trivia, essentially, a lot of times. This Jupiter-sized WD-185 is nearly 7 times larger than the white dwarf it orbits every day and a half. Astronomers using the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, have detected the first planet seen orbiting a dead star, offering new insights into how planets evolve during the final stages of a star's life. The James Webb Space Telescope's observations for the exoplanet, named WD 1856 plus 534b, also confirm it is the coldest exoplanet to date, which could pave the way for the first detailed atmospheric studies of a gas giant exoplanets and help us contextualize our solar system on a cosmic scale. We were all a bit surprised and excited to find that it was, in fact, a planet, and a really cold one at that. Mary Ann Limbach, an astronomer at the University of Michigan,
Eskimos living on the planet?
who led the new study, told Space.com. Space Eskimos, or the Spacekimos.
Spacekimos.
Spacekimos. Ooh, what? Like, no, go turn around. WD 1856 plus 534b, a Jupiter sized world located about 80 light years from Earth, was first discovered in 2020. It orbits a white dwarf, the remnant core of a once sun like star, every 1.4 days. Jesus, that's fast. Initially, scientists were unsure whether the object was a planet or a brown dwarf, the so called failed stars of the universe, because they only had limited temperature data about it from the now retired Spitzer Space Telescope, which I tried. New data from the JWST, however, have now provided far more sensitive measurements, enabling astronomers to directly detect the planet's light and measure its mass and temperature. Yes, because the only way we can see the bloody thing is when it goes and blocks out the star that is spinning around. The results confirm that WD 1856 plus 534b is indeed a planet.
Don't forget the B.
Gotta be the B. What makes the confirmation especially intriguing is the planet's survival in the so-called forbidden zone of its star, a region so close to the white dwarf that any world within should have been destroyed when the star expanded during its red giant phase, growing to many times its original size before shrinking to its current dense Earth-sized form, based on what we think happens. This is compelling evidence that planets can not only survive the violent death of their star, but also move into orbits where we previously necessarily expect them to exist, said Limbach. Beyond refining models of planetary evolution, the findings suggest that such migration might be key to moving planets into the habitable zones of white dwarfs where life as we know it could emerge.
Are you waiting for me to say something there?
No, there was a gap in the thing I was scrolling down. It's a fascinating process, and this confirmation gives us the first observational proof that it can happen, Limbach said. At a frigid minus 125 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 87 degrees Celsius, WD 1856 plus 534
B.
is the coldest planet ever directly observed, surpassing the previous record holder, Epsilon Indi Ab, which stands at around 35 degrees Fahrenheit, 2 degrees Celsius. While the JWST hasn't yet reached its theoretical capability of detecting planets as cold as minus 324.67 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 198.15 degrees Celsius, upcoming programs aim to reach that threshold.
Yeah, you got to do that temperature conversion.
And if all goes to plan, those forthcoming data would accelerate detectors of temperatures, ages, and masses of exoplanets similar to Jupiter and Saturn. Well, this is an American site. They think in Fahrenheit. The rest of the world thinks in
metric
Celsius. That's a big step forward, said Limbach. It's a rare opportunity to place our own solar system in a broader galactic context. Limbach and her team plan to conduct a second JWST observation of the WD 1856 plus 534 system.
B.
No, just the whole system, not B alone. this July. By comparing the system's position to background stars a year after the initial observation, researchers hope to spot any additional planets that might be gravitationally bound to the star. Detecting another planet could explain how WD 15856 plus 534
B.
migrated to its current close orbit around the white dwarf. Even if no other planets are found, the follow-up data will help astronomers narrow down other possible explanations of how
Can
worlds
you
like WD 1856 plus 534
B.
end up orbiting white dwarfs at such a close range, said Limbaugh.
Well, it
I,
probably had life on it, and they just went poof.
well, it's a gas giant.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Sorry if you can hear the ice cream truck in the background.
I doubt that they could.
I don't know. I don't know how much background information is
Well, I
coming
can't
through.
hear our son doing his usual banter
Hmm.
on VR, so.
Well, as far as we know, that we said anything about it. Anyways, with that, that's the end of
Well,
this one.
you know, there is life out there,
Yes,
because I didn't get to say that before.
I know. Well, because it didn't describe a planet or anything.
Well,
Because it's a
yeah,
gas
I
giant.
know. But people seem to think that, you know, we're the only life forms in the universe.
Even if it's a space cow. I like just saying space cow.
Okay.
Or what did we say before? Spacekimos?
Spacekimos.
Spacekimos.
There is other life out there. More advanced than us or less advanced than us. I mean, not that we're advanced, but anyway.
We're at least space cows.
Yeah, we're not good enough to be eaten yet.
To serve man. I love that episode of The Twilight Zone. You've not seen that episode of The Twilight Zone, have you?
No, because I'm not into the Twilight Zone.
Or
I
The
haven't watched.
X-Files?
I haven't watched Doctor Who at all. Well, maybe
Nah,
one episode.
You watched David Tennant, some of David Tennant's run.
Yeah, only one or two episodes. Nothing, you know.
Yeah, not enough to say you're a Whovian or anything like that.
Whovian?
That's what they're called.
Oh, Jesus.
Just like Trekkies are Trekkies and Warsies are Warsies and Whovians are Whovians. I didn't make up these names. That's just the names they have.
Jesus, dude. No.
There's a name for people who like Lord of the Rings too, and it's not Ringians or something like that. It's something else. But anyways,
Lordies?
could be Lordies.
Oh, Jesus. God, me and my big mouth.
Oh, Tolkienies. I don't know, but there's names for every fandom.
Okay, well, we've drifted off the subject of space
Just
and
drifting in space.
Spacekimos.
Spacekimos. I like Spacekimos. And we'll leave WD 1856 plus 534
B.
floating in space there and end the story there. Thank you all. I'm Grimneck.
Frieren.
And we're going to let this one end. You guys have a great one.
Yeah, before we get really silly.
Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.